What's up everybody, it's Strangelove here, and for this video I'm going to be going over how to get S rank in each of the Chomper Pizza Delivery Badge missions in Garden Warfare 2. Now you're going to want to get S rank for all the delivery badges in the backyard because S rank gives you the highest coin payout reward as well as the rewards for both A and B ranks. So I'm going to be showing you gameplay of each of my S rank runs for the Chomper Pizza Delivery Badge, and I'll be explaining the strategy behind each of these quests, as well as tips you should keep in mind if you want to get S rank for yourself. Alright, so the first Chomper Pizza Delivery quest is actually called Chomper Pizza Delivery, and it's a pretty straightforward little race. If you haven't played as the Chomper yet, the Chomper has a double jump as well as a rocket boost on his back, and you're going to have to decide between the two because certain jumps are going to require one or the other. So when you get about halfway through the course and you get up to the yellow house, I use the rocket boost, but if you can clear the house with a double jump, then you can go ahead and try. Try your best to keep tight corners, so if you're turning to the right, stay toward the right edge and vice versa. When you get up to this little shack here, I use the rocket boost once again, and usually when I go for vehicles, I'll use the double jump or I'll just scoot around the side of the vehicle like I did right there. And as you turn the corner, you meet up with the lovely little dandelion and get your S rank pretty easily. Alright, this next course is called Turret Trump, and that's because they line the course with all sorts of bots and turrets to try and slow you down. So my recommendation for this is to try and anticipate where the bots are ahead of time and shoot them from a distance to avoid getting shot. I would do a practice run or two so that way you can understand where the bots are, or you can just watch this video to see them for yourself. And right here I actually got shot by Mr. Freezy, and that does slow me down a little bit. If you're able to avoid that one, then you should have a little bit faster time than me. But yeah, just try to avoid getting shot by the bots at all costs. Use your pizza bites to take them out from a distance. And sometimes you can also use obstacles on the course to avoid getting shot. So if you can clear around the side of a vehicle to avoid getting hit by one of the turrets, then that's going to help you a lot. Coming up to the final stretch here, you might be able to actually double jump or rocket boost over the top of these little turrets, but I decided to just shoot them and run straight forward. So I got slowed down a little bit during that race, but I was still fast enough to make it under 50 seconds and achieve S rank. This next course is called Gnome Time, and it's going to introduce little blue gnome targets that freeze time when you shoot them. Now you're going to want to shoot as many of these gnome targets as possible if you want to get a fast enough time to earn S rank. Now something you should keep in mind about the gnome targets is that you don't necessarily have to hit them directly on the target. Try your best, but sometimes it's enough to just shoot them around the target because of the splash damage. You might be able to just break the target anyway. So if you see a blue gnome target like that one next to a hedge or a wall, you might be able to shoot the side of it or at the base of it to detonate the gnome target. So just make sure you're hitting all the gnome targets that you see me hitting here, especially this last one on the right. That one's hard to see, but you're going to need to hit that one if you want to shave off those last couple seconds to earn an S rank. Next up, we have Rooftop Runner, and this one you're going to have to coordinate a combination of your double jumps and your rocket jumps. So right off the bat on the first house, I use my rocket jump and then double jump to the second house. To clear the gap to get to the third house, you're probably going to have to use both jumps and then just hop your way across. Now also keep in mind that you're going to want to touch down on each of the rooftops before you double jump, because sometimes if you try to jump in the air, you're not going to make it. Now for these next couple checkpoints, I just use the regular double jump, and I'm saving my rocket boost for one of the taller houses over here. So when you get to this house, use your rocket boost, and then as you approach the final tree, use your double jump, and then rocket boost if you need that last little push to the top, and then double jump your way to the final rooftop. That one was definitely a little tricky for me, but it comes down to just knowing what jump to use when. Alright, this next quest is called Home Field Advantage, and just like the previous quest, you're going to have to do a combination of double jumps and rocket boosts, which is what I just did right here to hit this first checkpoint. Now, seeing this again, I could have probably just cut across the backyard instead of going around the side to reach this rooftop, but do whatever works for you. Drop down the side, and then when you go towards this next house, just do a double jump to reach the top. Right here, you're going to double jump and hold to hover in the air, and right as you're falling, hit the rocket boost to get to the top of the town hall. Drop off the side of the town hall, use your double jump to get over the truck and hit the checkpoint. The next couple checkpoints are pretty straightforward. I don't think you need to double jump here. You can just hop over the car. And then you're going to need to double jump and rocket boost at the last second to reach the upper rooftop. Right here I double jumped a little bit too late. I almost missed the checkpoint, but I was able to sort of scoot backward into it, and so it's all good. I was able to clear the checkpoint, but just try to jump a little bit sooner than I did. But either way, we're able to get S rank with a time of 53 seconds exactly. Chomper Pizza Quest number 6 is called Downtown to Z-Town, where jump timing is everything, and man, they were not kidding. So you're gonna have to know exactly what jump to use when, and for the first checkpoint, I used the rocket boost, but just make sure you sort of fall off that first edge and then rocket boost. Double jump your way across the rooftops, and again, make sure you're touching down on the roofs before you use your double jump, because sometimes you're not gonna be able to jump because you are in mid-air, and then you're just gonna fall to the ground. Try not to hit those spikes there, and then jump over to the zombie side of the backyard. Right before you get to the antenna, you're going to have to double jump and rocket boost back to back to clear the antenna post checkpoint. When you go over the side, just drop down onto the truck. Now, there's a rocket bot up ahead on the ground to the right, so you're going to want to pass around the left side of the bus to avoid getting shot, and then be ready to shoot another blue gnome target to the right of the park sign up above the fence. You're going to need that gnome target if you want to shave off those last couple seconds for S rank. Now, you run into a couple more bots along the way, but you can actually sort of hover and avoid most of these bots. Try to hit them in the center to take out both, but if you miss, don't worry about it. You should be able to just hover straight to the finish line, and if you finished in less than 57 seconds, you'll have an S rank as well. Now the next delivery course is called Have a Blast, and it's actually a pretty short course, but that's because it's lined with a ton of enemy bots and turrets, so just keep your finger on the trigger and be ready to take out those bots with your pizza slices. So I would recommend going through the course at least once and figure out where all the bots are, just so you can shoot them ahead of time. And so the first bots you're going to encounter is one on the left and one on the right in the alleyway. There's a couple more turrets above the stairs, but you can just take out one or ignore them altogether. And then when you round the corner here, do a double jump and a rocket boost, and just as you clear the wall, be prepared to take out these bots down below, because they're going to try and slow you down. Now, I decided to just run straight and shoot my way through these last couple bots instead of hovering over them, but you can try either method as long as you're able to make it under 36 seconds to get S rank. Alright, this next quest is called Subterranean Track, because you're going to have to go underground through the sewers, and this quest is actually pretty easy. There's only a couple spots where you have to time your jumps appropriately. The rest of it is pretty straightforward, so just follow the checkpoints through the sewers, and when you round the corners, like I said before, try and just sort of hug the sides of the corners so that way you can clear them in a shorter amount of time. When you get to the pipes, you're going to want to double jump and rocket boost right over the railing, but be very careful not to fall straight back down, because sometimes the rocket boost will make you go straight up and down instead of across. Now when you get to the bridge, you have to use your rocket boost because your double jump is just not going to cut it there, so be ready to hit Y or triangle, whatever you're playing on, and then for the rest of the course, just dash your way through to the finish line, and you should have one more easy S rank under your belt. Alright, the second to last quest is called Base to Base, and it's actually pretty easy once you know where the gnome targets are. The first one is next to the sunflower pots, and the second one is above the archway. And again, you're going to want to try to hit most of these, or all of them, if you want to get a really fast S rank time. Now when you come up to the flag of power, you're going to double jump and rocket boost to clear that, and then hit the target on the right. Aim for the sandbags, because that'll actually take out the target. There's another target on the right, and when you get up on the wall, look up toward the mansion to see one more gnome at the top. Clear the next checkpoint, and just before you get to the door, hit the wall on the right, and that'll be the last gnome target, and then make a final dash to the finish line to be greeted by Grumpy Stumpy, who is very proud of your S rank performance. Finally, we've made it to the last delivery challenge, which is called Shoot and Scoot, and this one's going to sort of combine all the knowledge you've learned so far in the previous races. So start off by double jumping and rocket boosting your way across these rooftops. Now ignore the first two bots that are shooting at you, and instead aim and shoot at the Mr. Freezy in the distance, because he's going to slow you down and you don't want that to happen. So take out Mr. Freezy as you hover across the rooftops, and before you drop off the last roof, shoot at the bot ahead on the ground so that you can take it out in advance. There's one more bot on the ground right as you hop the fence, and this one can really mess you up if you get honked right before the checkpoint, so try to take it out as fast as you can. And when you round the corner, you can actually probably ignore this bot. I tried to shoot at it, but you can just double jump to reach the roof. And then from the roof, double jump once again, hold it for just a second to hover in the air, and then use your rocket boost to land on the boat. And this one actually gives you the highest coin reward out of all of the delivery races. This one gives you 10,000 coins for getting S rank, plus you'll get 7,000 and 5,000 for A and B ranks if you didn't previously get those already. Alright you guys, that's it. Once you complete all the Chomper Pizza delivery quests, you'll receive the Chomper Pizza Delivery Badge in the lower left corner of your Leaf Badges page. And you don't actually need to get an S ranking to get the delivery badge, you just need to complete each of these quests with at least a B ranking, but the S rank does give you the highest coin payout, so that makes it worth it in itself. Alright you guys, I hope you found this video helpful, and I'll be doing another one of these for the Zomburger Delivery Badge as well, so hopefully you'll check that out when the time comes. Thanks so much for watching, stay strange my loves, and until next video, this is Strangelove signing out.